gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everyone, it's your girl SC Bookgal 843 Patrice Grimble, and we are here on another beautiful Tuesday night. You guys, the weather down here in Charleston was beautiful today. Okay, I took me a walk around my building where I work. It was so pretty, not too hot, not too cool. We had the rain on Monday, so today was just wonderful. So, remember, SC Bookouts and Friends is celebrating Women's History Month. And tonight we have a special friend. Now, this lady is very special to me. She was, well, still is, because my mom is still here in my heart, my mom's best friend. She knew your girl when I was like maybe what, 10, 11. Oh my God, I feel old. But she was a very close friend of my mom, and now she's an author. Her book actually helped me through one of the periods in life, and it let me see somebody for who they really was. And that book, along with friends and the crew, helped me to get through that dark time. But now she's looking out for the little people in our life. She has a new children's book out. Miss Gabrielle, the perfect little dreamer. I know I'm saying it wrong, you guys, but I'm just so excited because I know my mom is sitting up here like, yay! So, welcome to SC Book Gals and Friends, author Tracy Smalls. Come on up, girly. Come on up.
Hello.
Hi, Miss
Hello,
Tracy.
everyone. And you had it very close. It's Gabrielle, the biggest little dream, but you were so close.
I am, you know, the craziest thing is, I am very bad with book titles. Okay. Unless it has one of them book titles that actually stand out, and this is a children's show. So I can't tell y'all the book that the lady actually looked for in the library today. Yo, we'll say that for next week. But that title was something I will never forget. Matter of fact, I got it on hold, but we're gonna leave it right there. But welcome again to SC
Thank
Book
you
Gals
so
and Friends.
much.
This is
Thank you for
truly a
having me.
it is truly an honor to have you because it's like, did you ever see this coming from me? And I would have never thought you would be an author. Oh my
That's the
God.
amazing part of life. The amazing part. The things that we think we are going to be doing may not necessarily be what we end up doing. Life has a way of taking turns. And no, I never thought I'd see Nita's little girl sitting up here doing her own podcast. And definitely, I didn't see myself being an author, a four-time author. Never saw it coming. But nevertheless,
Yeah,
I'm grateful.
yes, yes, yes. Now, I can't remember. Y'all, this is a little secret from the family. It's not a secret. It was like the funniest thing. You had the son Bob, right? Or was that
Exactly.
Lasagna? Bob was scared of dolls, correct?
Exactly.
Never forget that day. Y'all, my
Yes,
mom had
you
all
have a great
girls.
memory.
My mom had all girls, and I remember Bob being at the house,
Yeah.
and I don't know whose doll or who was playing with it. I think it might have been Ashley. Bob saw that doll and ran out the door. I'll never forget my mom said, "Come back." Oh my God, y'all!
He's grown
This
into a big man now with four children, a set of twins, and an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old. So he should no longer be afraid of dolls because he have little girls, three.
Oh my God! So now I see why you wrote this children's book.
Yes, yes. Leaving a legacy for my grandbaby.
Oh, sound like somebody else. Our producer always talks about leaving a legacy. So
That's
I'm gonna
right.
question. We're gonna bring that back up. But other than everything I've told you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as I've mentioned, I'm a four-time author. I'm a certified life coach, relationship life coach, and I've just added grief coach to the list of things that I am doing, which I am so grateful for. I'm a wife, a mother, a daughter, and all of the above. I carry many hats. I wear them all, but to God be the glory. I give it all to Him, and I am so grateful that I am able to, considering the life that I've had in the past to where I am today. It is an amazing blessing.
Wow. So the biggest little dreamer, Gabrielle, what
Yeah.
brought the world of children's book to your front door? Why children's book?
Well, never thought I would write a children's book. But when I began to look at the kids and see a lot of things that's going on with the children, especially with crime and a lot of kids coming from broken homes, it was important for me to make sure that I wrote something to give them hope because I too was that little girl who dreamt of several things that I wanted to become. But unfortunately, when you don't come from a family that is able to fund the things that we want to see come into fruition as children, it's like, wow, let me just write this book, put it in the ears and the hearts of these children so that they too can consider dreaming, not dream as big as they want to, but don't dream too small. And there are things that I've dreamt in the past of wanting to do, and at the age of 55 almost, I will be revisiting some of those things. So it's never too late as long as you have life in your body. So I wanted to give them something to cling on to.
You know what? It's crazy because a lot of kids don't have those dreams anymore. I remember growing up, you always used to be, you were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Hmm.
I asked
That's
Anaya that a
right.
lot, my 10-year-old. And every
Hmm.
week it changed. First, she wanted, because of my sister Ashley, she wanted to be a fashion designer. Then she wanted to do a makeup person. Now she wants to be a teacher. So it's great that we bring that back up because of everything that's going on. We need to make sure that our kids still have these dreams.
Yes,
So
and it's very important to expose them to a lot of things. And as you've just mentioned with your little girl, just seeing your sisters doing different things, we don't realize it, but no one taught me how to cook. But you don't realize that when you're in that kitchen and you're watching your parents, you don't know what that child is picking up as they're just seeing you just doing everyday ordinary things and you're really not paying any attention to it. So now I'm able to get on to social media and cook live, but never was taught how to cook, just watching. So
mhm.
exposure is important.
And that's the thing. I think as parents, we are. I don't want to say we want to, but I think because of things that are going on, we're not always present. And
Exactly.
that's one of the reasons why you guys I went from Saturday night to Tuesday night to be more present for my daughter and all the things she got me going to. Okay. But to
Unfortunately, if we're not present, someone else may be, and it may not be the right people that you want to be
there you
influencing
go.
them. So that is extremely important. I've been subbing in the schools for about a year, I don't do it anymore, but just seeing the kids coming from broken homes and seeing some of the things that they go through, it's like, what hope do they have? What hope do they actually have?
Yes, yes. Whew, you're right. You're right. So we are celebrating Women's History Month, and it's an honor to
Mhm.
have you because you are our second woman
Thank
and our first
you.
children's author this month. So,
Awesome.
how does being a woman influence your storytelling? Or even, let's bring it to Miss Little Gabrielle. How is being a woman influence that whole scenario?
Just wanting to see everyone succeed, from the parents to the children, because believe it or not, there are some adults who have actually read this children's book and they've talked about how much it helped them. So if the parents are winning and they believe that they could do anything, and they would start imparting that into the lives of their children. So for me, being a woman and just wanting to see everyone succeed, because as I've mentioned, it's hurtful when you want to do something and your parents are telling you, well, I can't afford that right now. Well, start small. Start dropping that seed in them, letting them know that it is possible. Work towards it. Put a few dollars here, put a few dollars there. So it was just important for me to, I truly, I just want to see everyone win.
That is perfect. And especially when it comes down to not being able to afford it, because that is the case of some parents, or
Yes,
not being able to be there. That is the case. And parents, here's an idea: look for that same desire that they have. If they can't, if you can't afford for them to be a part of it, then help them to participate in it. Because
exactly.
remember, before you go on stage, you have to be a part of the audience,
It's
you
true.
know? And a
It's
lot of
true.
us don't think of how important the audience is to those that are performing. So, parents, speaking from a single parent, if you can't afford it sometime, our kids understand, but then give them another option. Hey, I may not cannot afford for you to be in it and have this costume, but you know what? We can go support them and save up so when you can be out there. So yes,
Exactly.
I love
And then
that.
there are a lot of resources out here also that is available if you would, if both parents in particular would just network and stop being afraid to maybe talking to a sibling, talking to their parents who are now grandparents, maybe friends. If I believe that it takes a community to raise our children. So you'd be amazed of how many resources that are available out here if you would just start talking and asking questions. You'd be surprised.
It's called The Village, people. We need
Exactly.
it now. Let's get back to the village. Um,
Exactly.
that's how my daughter started dancing in African dance with the
There you
Watoto dance.
go.
She started off praise dancing in church. Crazy thing is, we are really not even members of the church, but they embraced us in.
Wow.
So, and from there, she's gained so many friendships, and she has a village. So,
Awesome.
have you ever taken your book to be read at a school or an event or anything along that line?
I've done a few places. In fact, I'm waiting to hear back from a woman right now about potentially reading at, I believe it's Laxton Elementary School. So those are some of the things that I want to do. I do want to head out to some of the libraries and start reading, doing some story time with the kids in the library. So I've done a couple, well, maybe a few, not as many as I would like to, but it's coming.
So, can you share with us a memorable reaction from a young reader that touched you?
Yes. In fact, a little boy. His name is King, and he has read this book. I would want to say at least 3 or 4 times. But what it did for him over the summer, he asked his granny to buy him some freeze pops. so that he could start selling freeze pops because he wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the fact that reading that book instilled that in his heart, and he's like, I want to be an entrepreneur. So he was charging people, I believe, a quarter or 50 cents. But that's where it starts. That's where it starts. So that really touched my heart. You never despise small beginnings. And so for a person, another individual, they like, y'all go sit down someplace. But no, 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 no. He has gotten a hold of the concept and he took off and ran with it.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
awesome.
so now he's saying, will you write a book for me too? So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll write a book with the word King in it, your name, the rule of the moon or something like that. Something just silly I'll make up for him. He's always asking, when am I going to write him a children's book?
Oh, that is so cute. The little entrepreneur. That's what I'm talking about. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about this little character. First of all, the graphics. It is so
Hmm.
cute. I am so my mama used to do our hair like that, y'all. Each one of us have
Yeah.
some type of elementary school picture. And I'm gonna post them because Ashley found me, her, and Candace Amber. She found all four of our pictures. So
Hmm.
sometime this week or next week, y'all, I'm gonna post all our pictures up there. I'm gonna get in trouble. But tell us a little bit about the personality of Miss Gabrielle.
She's just a bubbly little girl who is so excited about making life happen for her. Unlike me as a little girl, I was not that bubbly little girl. I was that little girl who was very timid. I wasn't real sure of myself. I had very low self esteem. So I wanted to create something bubbly, humorous, and I just went for it. Had no idea
So,
what I was going to do. As I'm writing, I'm like, okay, I want her in this specific. I wanted the Afro puffs. I just knew what I wanted as I was going along. I never plan when I'm writing a book. It just comes to me as I'm writing. It's almost like I'm freestyling.
oh, I like that. I like that because you never know what you come up with.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
how do you approach diversity and representation in this book?
Well, with this book particular, particularly, of course, it's an African American little girl, but also the story can relate to any race, color, or creed. I didn't want it just specific to an African American little girl, but I wanted that face on the forefront to let our little girls know, especially my granddaughters, who's two. Uh, Actually, they're four now. They're twins. They're four. My 8-year old granddaughter. I wanted them to see that you could be on the cover of anything. You could do this. You can absolutely do this. But then again, I wanted the storyline to be able to be suitable for every color.
I like that. I like the fact that you it's not that you really wanted the character to be the way that
Hmm.
she's African American little girl. You want them to look past the character, but you have a
Exactly.
character, but you want them to look past it. I love that, and
Hmm.
especially as a little African American girl, and
Oh, yes.
I'm excited because it this right here is giving me confirmation. You guys, this Saturday, I am taking my daughter to the Dream Girls Conference.
Oh,
And it's a little
nice.
conference that comes down here to Charleston,
Hmm.
and she's finally able to understand what they talk about. I think I am more
Wow.
excited than she is, but
Hmm.
it's an opportunity because we have boys. Okay, she's the only little girl, and her
Wow.
nephew is a whole different ball game. So
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
love
mm,
that.
mm.
Um,
Yeah, it had to represent who I am also. I'm an African American woman, so it also had to represent who I am. that's just the bottom line, But I wanted, everyone to be able to have something that they could take away from it. Just like any other book. There are a lot of books without African American children on it, but it's suitable for our children as well. All children. I don't like to separate the difference. It's suitable for everyone, but you got to pick one. I actually originally started to have a collage of different cultures, and then I
Oh,
went back to this. But that's what I initially wanted to do. I was going to have Asian, Caucasian, African American. I was just going to have a collage of different races, but I went back to this. This is where my heart was.
so do we hear a part two with Gabrielle and some friends? Is that what
Um,
I'm hearing?
it is a possibility. It is a possibility.
Gabrielle and the gang. That's what I'm
Oh
talking about.
yeah, she's soaring. She's flying high.
Right.
Like
So
woohoo! I got this.
we know that you want that King took away entrepreneurship. We know you want the kids to know that they can do anything. Is there
hmm
any other messages or themes that you want them to take away from your book?
I think mainly just being confident and knowing who they are. The very front part of the book says, "Who am I?" Right at the very front. And I did that because oftentimes when people are asked who I am, who are they, I should say, the first thing they equate it to their career, what they do. But I wanted children to really just think about that question, who am I? And start figuring out, why am I here? Because clearly you're here for a purpose and a reason. And it's not just to go and sit on someone else's job and make their dream come true, become true. But what about yours? Like, for example, I worked an 8-hour shift today and I felt a headache, but why should I give more to someone else than I give to myself? So I wanted to make sure that
Mhm.
they know that whatever it is that they want to do is obtainable. There's no way I could sit on another man's job for 8 hours and know that this is a part of my business and neglect it because I'm tired. That's not balanced enough for me.
You sound like our producer. Show up for yourself. And if you don't show up for yourself, then you won't
Exactly.
show up for it. So let's talk about the illustrations real quick because we have
hmm
about 5 to 10 more minutes. Can you tell us
Okay.
a little bit about your illustrations?
Well, I went through this company called, some would say Fiverr. I call it Fiverr.
Oh,
So I
okay.
Yes, so I went through that company and I basically just told him what I wanted. I wanted to be soft, very colorful. I just wanted something really nice that the kids could relate to, sitting down at the dinner table. I just wanted it to be relatable to everyone. And when I saw that in my mind, I'm like, you know what about a jet? And she's flying and she's soaring. I think that's going to be great because that's another thing. Oh, can I potentially fly a jet one day? Can I fly an airplane one day? So my thought process was just making it become alive in the spirit of anyone who reads it, even in a doubt. Sometimes if I feel like I need to go back and read it, I'll reread it. In fact, I just did a read aloud on my page, my YouTube channel. I went and did a read aloud on that. And so it wasn't so much of the sales. I wanted people to get the message because some may say, why would you read your book before people purchase it? It's more about the message right now.
Right. Right. And I understand what they talk about the sales and doing it before, but that will drive people to get it
Ex-
even more
Exactly.
because they don't know, but they're going to find out right now that you have some other books. So tell us about your
Yeah.
other books.
Well, the very first book I wrote was back in 2013, Overcoming Destructive Relationships. It's about my life, my journey from a child. As I've mentioned earlier, I wasn't always confident in myself. I had very low self esteem. I was a fatherless daughter. My dad died before I was even born. So that first book really talks a lot about who I am at that point as a child. The very first chapter is actually parents, let's face it, children have problems too, because a lot of time we just
Mm,
think, oh, we could give them a tablet or we could have them watch cartoon, but we have no clue of what that child is going through internally. So that was the first book. Then the second book was Breaking the Chains of a Narcissist, being in a narcissistic relationship. And then finally, Freedom from Narcissistic Abuse was just the follow up from Breaking the Chains of a Narcissist. I want to just say quick book where people could go and look like, okay, what does that mean? What does gaslighting mean? What does love bombing mean? What should I look for in a narcissist? So that's the type of book that third one is.
yes, had that book there. Whew, that book got me. I was
That
reading,
book
and it
has
was just,
helped a lot of people. Breaking the Chains of a Narcissist have
yeah,
truly helped a lot of people.
yes, y'all. That book helped me. Okay, I was reading that book. Ooh, ooh, I didn't know. Ooh.
But
So
the key is it was real life story. It wasn't something that I conjured and I researched. It was something that I literally went through. And then as I began writing, okay, now it's time for me to do some research and start asking questions. My sister has her PhD in psychology, so of course she was able to shed some light on everything that I was experiencing. I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm on the right track with this one.
you surely was. So before we close out tonight, what would you like to say to your old readers, your new readers, and the future readers? What would you like to say to everyone?
My old readers continue doing what the book tells you to do so that you can continue to keep that mind at peace. I believe in healthy mind, joyful life. My peace means everything to me. So if you read those books, it's just like the Bible. Sometimes you got to go back through those pages and reflip through the pages and go right back and read what you've read before. So that's for the old. And for the new, I would just tell people be open to change. It takes time. It's a process. It didn't happen for me overnight. Breaking the chains of a narcissist, I still get certain triggers, and that is something that I have to make sure that I maintain on a daily basis so that I would never go back to where I was. And you asked me something else. Now, what was the third one? That's a menopausal moment now.
To your future readers.
I think that was the future. Yeah, that's the future. So for my present day
Press.
readers,
Mm-hmm.
just continue to love on me, share the word, just share the word, share what I'm saying. As I help you through the books, pass it along to someone else because there's always someone in your family, whether it's a family, friend, co-worker, it doesn't matter who it is. Someone is always going through something. And once you read it, you can help them with it.
There you go. So before we leave tonight, you have to give us the rundown on how we can follow you on social media
Mhm.
and how we can just keep in touch and see what you have going on.
So I am on Facebook. Facebook is Tracy Smalls. Follow me on Facebook. I am also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. It's Tracy Lee Talks. And that's TRACYLEE, one word, Talks. And then I'm on Instagram, also under Tracy Smalls. TikTok, Tracy Smalls. I'm very simple. I'm old school. Nothing extravagant.
So you guys, y'all know she says she has YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So how about you guys go and subscribe to her because she does go live at the drop of a dime.
I
Okay.
do. I do.
So
Now, there are a lot of old videos on YouTube regarding narcissistic abuse that I've done in the very beginning. But what I'm getting ready to start doing now is monthly, I'll have one topic of conversation that I will talk about for a full month. And then the next month, I'll move on to something else because a lot of people are asking, why did you stop? Because I wanted people to know Tracy as Tracy, not the woman who survived narcissistic abuse, because there's so many other aspects to my life. Also, I'm a certified life coach, grief coach, and relationship coach. So I try to get myself involved as in as many things as I possibly can to be a help and service to others.
Well, we thank you for joining us
Thank
here
you
at
for
SC
having me.
Gal and Friends. Y'all, I told y'all this is like home. This is, I'll just say my auntie, because my grandma, my mom collected everybody. Once you ate at the table, you were family.
Yes.
So I will have the show up tomorrow. Well, tonight you can find it on YouTube. So in case you miss anything, or you coming in at the last moment, or you had to leave early, head on over to YouTube to The Crew podcast. You can see the repeat. Tomorrow I'll have it on my social media page, and we will have the link on SC Book Gals and Friends .com website, and yeah, so y'all can go get you a copy of each one of her books or one of her books. Remember, Easter's coming up. That'll be a nice little cute addition to put inside that Easter basket with the candy. Get the chocolate candy and leave me the Twizzlers because I like the Twizzlers, y'all. Okay.
Also,
So,
all books are available on Amazon. Almost forgot. All books are available on Amazon, and folks could reach out to me directly through any social media platform, and I can get those books to them as well.
okay, so let me break it down, y'all. This week, y'all go to her because y'all know we boycotting Amazon this week. That's why I haven't put up any free books, you guys. So y'all, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
There
Tracy
you go.
Small. Y'all go buy the books from her this
YouTube
week.
Tracy Lee Talk.
Tracy Lee Talks.
Yeah,
So this week, y'all go to her and buy the book. Introduce yourself. Say hello. We're not doing Amazon this week. Okay. Just like Target feeling their pain, this week is Amazon pain.
oh
Oh
my
no,
goodness.
there's an exception to the Amazon. Long as you buy in black. So you can go over there. But if you can't, go ahead and give her the money directly. Stop giving Amazon something. Go directly. Support. Okay. So Miss Tracy, thank you for being with us tonight. You guys, it's
Thank you.
another Tuesday night. Thank you for joining me. Next week, I'm going to have Miss Robinson. She has a new book coming out. Y'all who love them urban books like me, you don't want to miss next week. Okay. Same time, same place. Thank you, Miss Tracy.
Thank you.
You
Good
guys
night.
have a good night.
You too, likewise.
Bye.
Bye bye.